Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Dr. Ollie Show, where we will have special guests, hot topics, and unexpected surprises. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to the Dr. Ollie Show. Today, I'd like to invite you to open your heart and clear your minds as we dive into our topic. So, when we think about work, there's a variety of different type of jobs that we could be able to, I guess we could say, categorize and put ourselves in for the nation. There are public jobs, there are private jobs, there are some people that have multiple jobs that they just have decided to be able to do on their own. I talked to one guy, he told me, he said he's a freelancer. I was like, what is that right there? It means he's pretty much going from place to place. But a new job that I have found out about, and I had some younger people to be able to really educate me on it. When I say younger, I'm talking about probably maybe 19 to 20 years old. When the pandemic set in, I heard of this one right here, and it was called OnlyFans. And so that's what we're going to be talking about today. The pros and the cons of it, being for, being against it. A lot of people were without jobs. They could not be able to find other work. And they turned to this right here and have been able to be very successful from my understanding. So I have some guests here on today. This is Rosa, this is Maggie, this is Ray, and then also Robert. So I want you guys just to give me your personal thoughts on really how you feel about something like this. What is really OnlyFans? What do you do on OnlyFans? Robert?
Well, I am an adult entertainer on OnlyFans.
Okay.
So it's kind of brought me a little bit of part-time income.
Okay, so you do it yourself?
Yes, I do it myself.
Okay.
So I did it actually before the pandemic. And it was actually just a way to bring in extra income.
Okay.
And it also helped me become a little bit less uninhibited in my own way and style. So I think it's just a great way to generate extra income for those that utilize it the way they want to.
But have you thought about our young society nowadays? I mean, come on. Is it rated R?
Well,
Or can anybody just go online and pull up your site?
I don't think
Because you're
young
thinking about
people are
yourself and
looking
you're not
at
thinking
my
about
site.
anybody else. That's being selfish.
Well, my site is only for adults, so it's not. Children do not have access to it.
And they have a lot of adult sites that are out there. They classify and say adults. So, Ray, what is it? Give me just a definition of it.
OnlyFans would be, honestly, it's a website where you can broadcast either your talents.
Okay.
You can broadcast your, what would be the word for it? Some of your extracurricular activities. It could be anything you want to do.
You mean like basketball, like baseball? I mean, what do you mean by
it could be-
extracurricular
it
activities?
can
That's very
honestly-
broad.
It can honestly be anything. OnlyFans isn't just based off of what people think that it's based off of.
So do you know people on there, or do you actually do it yourself?
I have an OnlyFans account.
You have an OnlyFans account?
I've had
Okay.
one way before the pandemic. I've had one
Okay.
for about 2 or 3 years now.
So when I heard about it, I mean, it was during that pandemic season. So did it just become more popular at that time?
It did.
Okay.
Because a lot of places, the truth, what it was based off of would be sex workers.
Sex workers. Okay. So both of you would be classified as sex workers, and do people pay for it?
Yes.
Okay. And so you guys make quite a bit as far as on there. What would you say is a good amount? 'Cause, I mean, our viewers, they want to know. I mean, what's average? I mean, you don't have to necessarily say what you make. Yeah, but, I'm just saying, you don't have to say what you make, but I'm just saying, like, let's just say on a monthly basis, what has been known for some people to make.
I mean, honestly, it's based off of your production as far as your interaction with fans that subscribe to your account. It depends on how much effort you put into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I read that, it was that young lady, she was on Dr. Phil, and she's 18 now. She just turned 18, I think, in March. And I think her phrase was the "cash me outside" or something like that. Oh. And she established one. They said that she made the most within a single day, I believe, when she signed up. Over $1 million. Yeah. I think that was before taxes or whatever, but after it was still about maybe $600,000-$700,000 in one day. So I was just wondering. I mean, I know she's by being a celebrity, there's a whole nother level with it. But I'm just saying, for average people, I was just wondering, what would we tell our viewers? Like, I mean, is reasonable.
I mean, it could be, just like she said on productivity, it could be from $1,000 a month to $5,000 a month to $10,000 a month.
Jeez, that's more than what I make. And I don't need a college degree if I want to be your employee then.
Well, you could do it yourself. Man. You don't got to be my employee or her employee. You could do
yourself.
But you're kidding me. That's how much money you're making.
But talking about employees, though, OnlyFans has really generated a lot of economic growth as far as creating jobs. Okay. Because you have, not only do you have the artists themselves, but the more demand and the more content you're creating, you then come into like content creators and social media managers and photographers. And I mean, you're really, when you cut out the dirty, weird middleman in porn and you have a safe space for men and women to have the participation in sex work with their rules and comfortability. Okay. You then open the door for, well, who do I want to take my photos? Or who am I comfortable, managing my accounts and things like that. And you really do see a lot of growth. Am I right there?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm still a little confused what your site is about. It sounds to me, I'm a little confused. Can you explain to me?
What do you mean you're confused? Like, on what part? I mean, because they're making it pretty clear. I
mean, is this like a sex site where men can go and men and women can go on your site and actually go, instead of going to a strip joint?
The truth, it started out as that. Okay. But as people started to go on there and figure out, like, you can take pictures of your feet. You know how they have people who have fetishes for feet. You can just, your face isn't in it.
So I mean fetishes for my...
If you wanted to, if you broadcast, say if you want to be a hand model and people are like, oh, I'm obsessed with hands. You can take pictures of your hands and sell those pictures of your hands. And you would make a profit off of that.
And you don't have to even show your face.
So let me ask you this question right here. When we talk about this, is this something that you do alone, or do you have, as far as individuals, or is it groups that do this together? I mean, partners, or or what?
Well, it just depends on what your audience wants. Sometimes an audience wants you by themselves, or with yourself.
How do you get an audience?
Well, you obviously use social media.
Okay.
You can use.
So people just advertise like on their Instagram or Facebook or something? Okay.
Mostly Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Twitter's a really big...
Okay, but if you advertise this on Instagram, then it's not rated R. Then anybody can actually access your site. Even we're talking about teenagers, young kids. I mean, you think that's something that our young society should be looking at?
Anybody can access it, yes. If they have your link, like if you post your link, they can click it. But if you don't pay for it, you can't.
But have you thought about what's going to do to our society, our young kids? I mean, should they be like growing up watching this stuff? I mean, this shouldn't be posted on Instagram, man.
But then, well, it's not basically posted on Instagram. It's the link. So if they click it, and you can go to the link, of course. But that comes into, as far as the parents play, as far as letting their kids have access to whatever they have access to.
But parents are working to support the family, so they don't have access to what these friends are doing, to their children
What's the difference in...
I think it should be your site. If you guys want to have your site, that's great, but at least put a lock on it where only you have to be 18 or parent approval. Because this is something that our young society should not be looking at. Can you imagine what's going to happen with here living in Texas?
It actually does have locks. It does. It's all protected.
I mean, the abortion thing is like,
children are actually accessing it, it's because they are looking for it. Right. If parents are not aware, it's because they are not watching their children.
Parents are busy working, trying to.
The internet itself is not a kid's playground. I mean, let's not pretend that OnlyFans is the only place on the internet not suitable for children.
Because even on YouTube, when they would have kids watching these videos, and all of a sudden here comes Momo popping up out of nowhere, and they're telling their kids to do certain
well,
things.
we should ban that as well.
But they
because when you start thinking about how it's affecting our kids.
Okay, so
let
me ask you this question right here. With you guys doing this right here, do your families, do they know about it?
Mine does, yes.
Okay. Does yours know, Robert?
Yeah, some of my family does. Yes.
I was about to say yes, some of them. Yes. Some of them, not all of them, but some of them. Yes.
Okay. And do they support? Not really, or
mine?
They don't care.
I'm grown.
Yeah, you are.
They don't really know because once again they're not prying in there.
Right. Jumping in.
Right, or
they just know that we do some adult
access.
entertainment, but adult entertainment
strip joint. What did you say? Strip joint. That's what it is.
You know what I mean? In their minds, it doesn't have to necessarily be what people see out, you know what I mean, what they look and discover.
Right.
So you don't have to, a family member doesn't have to know that, but they know that at least you're getting some sort of income from that source. Now, whether you're telling them that, you know, obviously they're not going to go and see what you're doing, you know, I don't think they have any interest in doing that. Yeah. So some are just going to know that you are obviously in some adult entertainment with it.
Right. Okay.
I mean, I understand you're doing this because you're in an income, but come on, jeez, Lord, don't bring a strip joint out to the social media and expose it to our young kids.
Well, this will be this,
especially with in Texas with this abortion thing law that already what they went through. Can you imagine what's going to happen at the high school, at the middle school, and high school?
I mean, I wouldn't understand what the abortion law has to do with OnlyFans, but.
Your guys throwing you know the fire, you know the wood in the fire.
So you're saying they're tempting more.
Yes.
To be able to,
absolutely.
But the kids are going to be tempted. I mean,
no, but they'll be tempted more when they see
our audience is not with the kids; it's with adults.
It's with adults, but it's on social media where the students are having access to it. And I understand that you're trying to make an income, but you somehow need to get this up Instagram. Don't make it accessible.
But and Rosa, you know, I'm going to tell you something.
Media to actually access. I mean, be able to limit that from the.
No,
rest
you're the one who put it on Instagram. So who's responsible for it? No, because you want the money at others' expense.
But you know what? I'm going to tell you something. This is the thing, and you said that he's trying. You said they're both. You know, they're trying to make income. From the way they're talking, and they sound like they have a lot of confidence with it. They don't sound like they're trying to make an income. Sound like they're really making it.
Not for them, but still.
What we're going to do?
At others' expenses.
Listen. We're going to go ahead.
Can you imagine what's going to happen now? You guys are tempting those kids.
No, so
we're having a major problem right now.
I'm trying to tempt adults.
Then get off Instagram. They have Instagram.
Rosa, listen. Let me tell you something. Ray, listen. We're going to go ahead. We're going to cut to a commercial break just for a moment, and we're going to continue this when we come back. We'll be back right after this.
I think we'll have a
So, OnlyFans. I've just jumped right in and let you know this is the topic for today. And I've been being educated a lot on exactly what it is, what people do, how they do what they do, why they do what they do. And everybody has a story about it. And so right before we went to the commercial break, I believe it was getting pretty heated inside of here. And Robert's made a statement. He said that she said tempting the children. He said tempting the adults. That's what he wants to do, bring them to as far as the front line of this right here. But we was talking about it even when it comes down to the marketing of it. Share a little bit on that right there, because you said that it is really teaching. I think, was it you, Maggie, that had stated that right there?
I'm not sure, but you know, it does, when you're marketing yourself or even employing someone else to help market you, you know, I think it's important to look at the real benefits of OnlyFans from an economic standpoint, as far as job growth, as far as individual empowerment.
Yeah.
And individual growth, like you said, of managing yourself and, you know, really asking yourself some hard questions about what your strengths and weaknesses are, as you try to create a market for yourself online.
Okay, that does help. And so when you guys were talking about it a little bit earlier, and when I say this right here, I'm saying collectively, just express this right here. I'm talking about as a whole. Tell a little bit more about when it comes down to as far as with working on this right here. I know you guys said we got people that do fetishes. We were talking about as far as I asked a question about single or multiple partners, or what really goes on in that area of this.
Okay, so for me, when it comes to it,
okay,
as I've said, I've had mine for a while.
Okay. You said before pandemic, right?
Yes,
yeah.
way before, but I didn't really use it just because I was nervous as far as what people would think, because when it first came out, it was more so for sex workers.
Okay. And so you're over that stage now?
Oh, yeah.
You didn't I didn't pass that.
You're like, Robert, I'm gonna do whatever I want on here.
Yeah.
I've had, even with me having it, I was still, of course, like I said, nervous about it.
Mm-hmm.
I've had 2 boyfriends since I've had one.
Okay.
One was really, really supportive about it. And he was like, oh, you have it? Oh, you have one? Okay, well then let's do this. We can broadcast it.
Was he on there with you?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Okay.
Double your income, girl.
Exactly. Because you have to subscribe to it.
Okay.
And once you do, and it's a monthly subscription.
Okay.
So once you subscribe to it, how I do it, you subscribe, like most of the pictures that are on the main part of it are, because I do model.
Mm-hmm.
So like the nude shoots that I do.
Yeah.
That, of course, I'm not going to post on Instagram. The nude shoots that I do,
yeah,
I will post those on the main part.
So you're fully nude on there? Sometimes. Okay. So,
for the most part.
Okay.
And then, of course, like if I do end up sending videos,
yeah,
you have to pay for those videos.
Individually.
Yes, you can't just, that's how I do it. You can't just go in there and be like, oh, I got this subscription. That's what I'm finna do. I'm finna look at all of it. No, baby, you got to pay for all that.
Okay,
so it doesn't matter what it is.
So let me ask both of you this. This is a question that crossed my mind that I hadn't really gave a lot of thought to, but now I'm thinking about it. Is this your only income?
No.
Okay.
No, and going back to like when you say marketing yourself, I have a legitimate business of personal training and massage. So I have to. In order to obviously marketing myself.
Is it legal?
Yes, of course it is.
Or you do illegal things behind those closed doors?
I am a licensed massage therapist. So the way I market myself sometimes, or because I don't have the full capital to actually get a marketing campaign. So of course that's what influencers have done. They've used social media to that advantage. Okay. Now, sometimes because personal training obviously is a health and also an image type of aspect when you look at it. So when you're selling yourself as a personal trainer, obviously I have to expose what I've done for myself. Yeah. So of course I'm going to be half naked in my pictures to try and market myself to get people to come train with me. Mm-hmm. I use the same technique to get people to go to my to my OnlyFans to look at me naked and doing the stuff that I do.
So you require for these people to join your site to be physically fit.
Yeah, of course.
Since you're a personal trainer, so if someone is 250 pounds, you like reject that person based
on
being overweight.
I appreciate their input and their wanting to see more of me.
But
So
and the marketing isn't particularly different based on.
And the truth is, I'll be honest with you, sex sells.
So let me ask you a question. What are the requirements to be part of the site?
You need to understand that. And even nowadays, there's the mint dentistry. If you see it out there, it says these dentists are all sexy. And you look at the billboard, they're all beautiful dentists.
I've definitely seen
I want to go to
that. So you have.
I want to go to
that.
No,
you're being sexist, racist, because everybody should be able to go on that site, regardless of the weight and height, right?
But I think he's saying that anyone can be able to do it. I mean, anyone can access it. I mean,
and anyone can participate. There's a fetish for anything, honey.
So let's talk about that. You said fetish. That brings. Watch this. Look.
I don't have a fetish for anything.
You don't. So you have no. So hold on. You married?
Anybody available in the audience?
Well, what is the thing? I mean, you say you have no fetishes whatsoever, so I just thought I would ask the question. If you're not, hey, I mean, you may have a boyfriend or something. But
what I do is behind closed doors. I'm not going to expose it to media.
Okay.
So what I do is behind doors,
okay,
closed doors. What happens in Vegas, baby, stays in Vegas, you know?
That's right.
Yeah,
But so you
I'm the wildest sex maniac you'll ever meet, but closed doors.
Wait, so
Maybe you need an OnlyFans too.
wait, okay, so you cook, right?
Excuse
Do
me?
you
cook food.
Why would I cook? There's
You don't
plenty of men
cook?
that can take me out to eat.
No, that's not what I was getting at.
You-
That's fine.
No.
That's not what I was getting at. That's like if,
What are you getting at?
if
Why should I
if-
cook? Men
hold on.
can take me
so
out.
say if your hobby was to cook, you know you can get on there and sell videos of you standing in your kitchen with an apron and fully clothed and be cooking.
Honey, I can cook, but I refuse to cook.
You can get
But-
well. That's on you.
but-
But that's
But she,
that's
but,
the
but, I,
thing.
There's
but I
plenty
see,
of
but
men
I
out
see,
there in this world that can take me out to dinner.
but I see her
I can
point.
take
She's
myself out to
she's
dinner.
just saying whatever it is that you're capable of. I mean, it don't have to be. It could be doing hair. But if you knew that it was going to draw other people,
Right.
would you,
You could do anything.
advertise that to be able to say, hey,
No, because we have to think about to the society. We have to think about those young kids.
Okay.
What are we
Okay.
doing to them? We're actually like
So you-
throwing wood on the fire. No.
So when
You
your
need to
knees
keep
are
it off
ashy and you
Instagram.
putting lotion on your knees, that's sexist? You think that you can take videos of you putting lotion on your whole body with clothes on? And
Go
you can make
ahead and
money for that.
do whatever you're doing, but remove it from Instagram.
I think
That's
I want an
something
OnlyFans
that
now.
our young kids
It's
like,
really,
You're selling me.
it's really
Marketing,
not,
you selling
it's really
me.
not that bad. So even with the marketing
Just a little.
standpoint, that's
It's wintertime.
like your.
I'm
Say if
surprised
you-
Instagram is allowed.
If you sent me your link, the marketing part, I can take one of your pictures, put your link on there, and post it on my story. As many followers that I have,
Right.
and you can get
Yes,
followers. You'll get more
exactly.
people on your OnlyFans. That's part of the whole marketing thing. It's not just about
it's
the whole.
not.
sex part.
It's not acceptable to our, kids under 18, man.
So-
Okay,
so-
But
so-
no,
so-
kids under 18 can't accept.
They
Can't access it.
They have-
Right, they
unless
you gotta
they're-
be above that age,
unless
from my
they're
understanding.
intentionally putting that year in there because you
And-
have
and
to.
we-
They ask for your
You
date of
lie.
birth.
And the truth
And they have
also
to have a
is
credit card.
I
Thank
don't
you.
accept underage people as my friends.
They're gonna
on
lie. How are you
Instagram.
gonna prove that they're really telling you the
But
truth?
you would
they're
never
not-
know.
Come on.
They're-
Nowadays,
young
kids
are not
but
following
Then you're
them.
putting that on
No.
them when the
No.
integrity is on the child. That's not on them. They're not responsible
Y'all better
for
pay
other
more
people.
attention
Yes,
to
you
y'all
are
cheering.
responsible.
They're not.
Y'all
Get it
better
on
pay more
Instagram.
attention to y'all cheering.
Our children
Yeah,
cannot
yeah,
have
yeah.
access to that. No, because how can you prove that they're really telling you the truth? You know,
Okay, well, then they need-
students are very knowledgeable nowadays in technology.
That's
oh
fine.
man, they can
That-
override anything.
that's perfectly
And if they want to
fine.
see if they want to see your content, they're gonna lie about their age.
Well, if what you're saying is true,
So
which
now we're
I
gonna have
assume it
all
is,
these
How-
schools
how
it's not just
flooded with
limited-
pregnant
how-
women.
how
but it's
are
not
we-
limited
how are
to
we
just
gonna know that?
OnlyFans.
Okay, wait.
So you're talking about
That's
the
just
internet
like
in
when
general.
movies come on and it's real awkward and you sitting in there with your parents and you're like, oh Lord, they doing stuff. It's the same thing.
No, it's not.
How is it not the
Because the
same?
movies don't really show the real thing. You guys are showing
But
the
you
real
see them
thing.
busting and writhing and stuff.
Nah.
It's the same thing.
Nah.
And then you
Nah.
go, oh, what's that? I want to know what that is. And man, it's not just OnlyFans, baby. I don't know.
I think we all remember that one specific part in Titanic with the hand.
Girl, stop. Stop. Girl.
I get a lot of money on
I must be much older than you guys.
OnlyFans.
And all you got to
Yeah,
do
think
is
so
slide your
differently.
hand across the
Right
glass.
across that
Oh,
glass,
What they
girl.
doing. It's not just OnlyFans, baby. It's a
But
whole
the-
bunch of stuff.
But the internet and social media in general is not a child's playground. It needs to be
At all.
heavily monitored by parents in general.
Parents
So-
are working in order
Okay,
to
but
what?
that's
But
on them.
Right.
my
You
parents
have
were
any
working
kids are at
too.
school then. If they're at work, kids are at school, so there's no
A
way they
lot
could
of
be
parents
acting
work
that.
second, third shift.
But
A lot
I
of parents
have-
work 2-3
I have
jobs. While you
children.
sit back here and collecting all that
That's
good
fine.
money while people because
I'll collect that
other
money.
people are exposing their bodies.
It's called
I
free
have-
enterprise.
Do you-
baby,
do you
free
have kids?
enterprise, that's all
Yes,
it's
I do.
called.
You do? Okay. And how and just, real question is, how would you feel if, let's say, for example, for whatever reason, we'll say if you was to pass away, and then after that, then your child had to do this for a way of survival.
She won't.
You don't know
I
that.
raised no,
You
she
don't
won't.
know that.
My mom is a police
Okay.
officer. My daddy was in the military. I'm the black sheep, baby. I am the black sheep.
That's the problem with today's society. It's like we've gotten away from morals, values, and traditions.
Oh, so you
Ain't
saying
no
that-
morals, value, and tradition, baby. I'm
Yeah.
still good.
Yes,
I'm
you are.
still.
We'll
a
see
gem.
I'm in
how
here-
good you
You're a
are.
gem.
I'm in here with a turtleneck on, baby. Y'all can't see nothing.
And how's the inside, baby?
Okay, so We're going to take another commercial break. We've got to go there just for a moment. And when we come back, then after that, then we will conclude with this. But just hold your thoughts, everyone. Okay? Just hold your thoughts. Robert, Rosa, Maggie, Ray, everybody hold your thoughts just for a moment. We'll be back right after this. So, OnlyFans. That's been our topic of discussion pretty much the entire show. And we've talked a little bit about marketing and other things. Right, Rosa?
Right.
But for the most part, that's what everyone has been enlightening as far as our viewers on. So as we get to a conclusion of all of this and we get to our just final words for it, Robert, I'm going to let you go ahead and start just for a moment and just fill us in on what would you like to be able to leave with our viewers, if you could leave anything about even just the website, just what you do, just life as a whole. Let's go there.
Well, I think that social media and OnlyFans have made it possible for just certain individuals to be able to put out their talents, whether it be, cooking, craft making, sex, solos, to make that extra income. If not, their full income for their survival, or for living, basically. And so I think it has helped a lot of people. Sometimes it damages depending on, what people have done. But all in all, I think that it's a good media to use to help you produce good quality content and make good money.
Okay. All right. And Maggie, you was classified as pro-choice with this. So just go ahead and give us your, statements about how you feel about it, closing remarks.
I just think it's important to pay attention to the big picture, the pros and cons of it. Mm-hmm. My research, now I don't have an account, but my research has shown, girl, I've been listening to you about that lotion applying. Okay, it's wintertime. I'm going to be applying lotion anyway. I may as well make some money. Shoot. But I think everybody should just do what they want with their body, with their time. As long as you're not hurting anybody else, what does it matter? I mean, girl, I'm already pretending like I have a page. But y'all, it's not like y'all, right. But y'all and the community, it's not as though y'all are marketing to children. It's not as though you're a real danger to society. I think it's taken a lot of creeps out of sex work. It's put the power back in the artists' hands, created jobs, certainly spendable income. There's a lot of positives that have come from this.
Okay.
Especially female empowerment and body empowerment and, yeah.
Okay. And Rosa, what are your thoughts on all of this? Just if you was going to leave anything with our viewers.
Well, I sort of understand that they need to find a way to make an income. And, that's perfectly fine. But I believe that I strongly feel that you probably need to take the sex part of that, all fans. Because then you're giving a negative image to our young society. They're going to think that it's so easy to make money and they can just go and take their clothes off and make money.
So the thing
versus them going to college, thinking about earning a college degree,
so
more
Rosa,
like their old traditional value.
The thing is, they said at one point, I believe this was maybe back in the summertime, they'd made a statement and said that they were going to make this site come to a point where it was just going to be for just models. So I guess if you said you were going to be a model and you model shoes or whatever, they were going to make it a site for that. Are you saying that would be the direction it needs to be?
Correct. Absolutely.
Okay. And then then they banned it. They went backwards on it, and they said they wasn't going to do it. So I mean, something that's got to be going right for them. I mean, if they want to do it, or do you think they're just going the wrong direction?
All I'm saying is that I understand where they're coming from. Everybody needs to make an income. If it's working out great for them, great. Mm-hmm. But I believe the sex part should be removed for the simple reason that we're giving a negative message to our young society. We're letting them think, hey, you don't need to go to school, you don't need to go to college, get out of high school, and then you could take your clothes off and strip and make money. So
I mean, don't you feel like that option was already on the table, though? I mean,
it is.
It is. Like, you have porn and strip clubs and those options anyway. It's not as though...
But by them having this in their site on Instagram, it's easy access to the students right now.
I think it's a much safer for them because they do it privately on their own. They're not exposing themselves to other people. I think it has brought a much more.
Well, no wonder why their scores and they're failing course subjects because they're so busy on your Instagram.
Okay, this will be the thing. On my Instagram, when you go on it, you don't see any of that. I have all of my model pictures. The only way that you can get to my OnlyFans, there is a link.
But I can guarantee your model pictures are not very conservative.
Okay. So Ray,
see, there you go.
They are.
So Ray,
we're sending a negative message to our kiddos.
I'm going to let you go ahead since you're already in this, and you can go ahead and just share a little bit about your information if you want to talk about your platform. And Robert, you can do the same thing since you two are the ones with it, and then also give your closing words. So how about this, Robert? Go ahead and just give your information first, and then we'll conclude with Ray.
Information in regards to my.
If you want to advertise as far as your Instagram or anything.
My Instagram is @LordVigor. If you want to find me there, I do have.
Where's my phone?
My Just for Fans is actually Just for Fans Robert Ellardui, which is my full name. Obviously, it's adult content. My Instagram is fun content. It's a fun adult content.
Okay.
Obviously, not as conservative as Rosa would like, but my family members still watch it, but still tells me the same thing.
Yeah.
Right.
But it has brought me, like you said, a more self-conscious feel about my body, about what I do for myself, and what I can do for others as well. You know what I mean? Whether it be to, you know what I mean, make them feel better about themselves by me, showing off and actually paying attention to them because they pay attention to me.
Right.
Gotcha.
So.
All right. And Ray, what's your final word?
Hey. My final words are, do what you want to do.
Oh. Okay.
For the most part. My motto is, you knew what it was when you signed up. Anyway, my Instagram, it is... Ooh.
And my motto is, students under 18, stay off it. It's not good content for you.
You do what you want to do. You gonna do what you gonna do.
What's your Instagram?
My Instagram is _MYZTRESS, which it's mistress. I also dance as well. My dance name is Journey.
Like an exotic dancer?
Yes.
Okay. All right. In Dallas?
Definitely do. I'm actually in Arlington.
Oh, Arlington. Okay. All right. Go ahead.
I mean, as far as that goes, if you go on my Instagram and click the link in the bio, it'll take you to somewhere else where Rosa doesn't want us to go. Yeah. But it is what it
need to focus on to society.
Wow.
It is what it is.
Exactly. So,
our young kids, support them.
It's just like it is with...
No wonder they don't get their homework done.
It's just like it is with so many other things. Just like it is with school. You have some kids that want to go, some that don't want to go. Some people want to go to the doctor, some don't want to go. Some that don't want, like you said, I have no fetishes.
Yeah, but...
Wait, look, some that have no fetishes.
But the governor of Texas just passed that the abortion law thing.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah, exactly. But now, can you imagine those schools are going to be flooded with pregnant kids?
But
if they're pregnant, they pregnant. Oh, well, that has nothing to do with OnlyFans.
Well, you're motivating them. You promoting
But look,
sex.
check this out. But I'm just saying that you're going to have the do's and the don'ts and the pros and the cons of all of this right here. But at the same time, it comes back to the choices. Just making the right decision on what you choose to be able to do. Ray said here, do what you want to do. Everybody's going to have their opinions. You said don't do it. So,
No, I said remove the sex part of it.
Okay, so remove the sex part of it.
Parental controls go a long way.
There you go. But I want to thank everyone for coming out to being a part of the show on today. Robert, Ray, Rosa, Maggie, everyone, just for being here and just for sharing your sides, your views of it. I hope everyone did enjoy the show on today. It has been very different from some of the other topics that we've done. But we've been informed and educated on it in such a way that I feel like that someone will be able to take something from this and make a decision. But thanks once again for just being here, and thank our viewers. So until next time, let's continue to talk, let's listen, and never stop loving. Thank you, and God bless.
Bye.